Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse. So we were talking about changing titles once you start a live stream. You can change it and it'll change it on what you're seeing, but it won't save it. So then you have to remember to go back and edit it out of the thing if you're going to upload it to YouTube. Which, sometimes I forget to do that. Sometimes. I suppose I should move Badgie off my screen there, but we'll see.
I mean, I hear the season lost in January.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Hang on, I'm going to do Fast and the Furious here in a moment. Maybe.
I just finished the third Matrix movie.
Oh, how was it? Let's see. Hold on. Matrix. Oh, wasn't that the fourth one?
No, that's Resurrection.
Resurrection, thank you. I have not seen the fourth, correct. Oh, what I did see was, as you might have gathered from the title, is we went to see Anaconda yesterday. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not intellectually deep, let's put it that way. But it was really, really fun to watch. Don't have to put your brain completely on hold, but you can just totally enjoy it. It works very nicely. It has moments of no. It has moments of and a couple of good horror moments without being horrible. Because you know how much I hate horror movies. Yep, and it was funny. It had some good characters. It's not 5-star, but if you just want to go and enjoy something, I would say, yeah, why not? So I ran a race this morning, just the regular Breen race. Got all the way done. It said, congratulations, you win! And I went out to where you get off the track and it goes, you failed! After I won it.
That's mean.
Yeah, it was. But it was the last one I had to do. I claimed everything yesterday, and this was the only one that I had to wait till today to finish up. So that's all done if I want it to be done. But at this point now, it's all lithium.
They changed something to this race, haven't they?
Do you think so? What do you think
I don't remember
changed?
the pieces of ice on it.
What?
Oh, wait,
Oh yeah, the ice has always been there.
That.
Yeah, this is just the regular EPO rice, and yes, it always has rice. Rice. It always has ice on it. Man, can you tell I haven't had breakfast? No, because I always get stuck on the ice. I'll go sliding into it in the wrong places. Blah-bitty, blah-bitty, blah. I'm going to just go over here. I'm not going to run that again. I just wanted to be able to do this. There we go. EPO tags. Yay!
We had a small amount of what's it called? Snow?
Yeah, snow. That's what it's called, snow. According to my weather report, snow is to stop shortly. I'm looking out my window, and if we've had snow, it is imperceptible. Oh, hold on. Oh, my neighbors have a touch of snow on their back lawn. I can just make it out. But what was supposed to be a couple of inches is maybe a scattering. However, about an hour ago, after the dogs and I had just gotten up, I'd let them out, I'd made them breakfast, and we heard this crash outside.
Oh?
Yeah. Well, it's pitch black, and I only have lights in one area of my backyard. So I checked to make sure no windows were broken. Doesn't look like there's a window broken. And then once the sun comes up in 2 hours, we're going to go out and find out what crashed.
I think it was a branch.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was a branch that landed on the roof, rolled down, and hit the deck, which would make a pretty good clatter. But the roof is in good shape. I will have it checked out probably this year, though.
No damage.
And then the insurance company will go, hey, you really should make sure those trees are trimmed back away from the roof line, which is a good point. It used to not be a big thing unless your trees were unhealthy. But now that they have drones, the insurance companies will send up a drone and, take a look at the top of your roof so you can see where the trees need to get trimmed back in advance. So then you can hire somebody to come out and do it or have it done yourself, whatever. But that way, if a branch does come down after you followed their instructions, it's covered. If you don't, different story.
Insurance company using drones to supervise your property.
Well, you have to ask them to do it. They're not going to come out and do it unrequested because it's not cheap. I mean, if you have a local insurance company, that would be something. You're number 5? Welcome to number 5, Chris.
Apparently so.
Well, just so you know, you are my number 1 viewer in all of my Twitch streams.
Am I?
You are. You, Taz, and Graz are the 3 big ones, and Pie's, I think, the 4th. But you're the number 1, so woo!
Aww.
Aw, so sweet. Actually, would you say something again? I just want to check the mic level here. Yeah, okay. It's a little low on yours. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so let's see. I have Voth on the ground, but only 10 of them. Phaser damage in space and kinetic damage in space. Ooh!
Get phaser damage in space, anti-gravity damage in space, and Polian ships. Kind of.
Oh, we can go have some fun. Let's see. Phaser damage. Do I have any phasers on this ship? It's only... That's 150,000. I probably could throw something phasery on there. One in the back, one in the front. Nope, not in the back. Let's see if there's anything in the front. What? How do I not have any phasers on this ship? Wow. Wow, somebody just made a big donation to the fleet bank. We went through the fleet bank last night, or yesterday morning, Pi and I did, and cleaned up the strike group fleet bank. Everything that was garbage got sold at the exchange and put some money into the fleet bank. And then we went through it, and people had been donating stuff that I don't think they realized how valuable it was. I'm sure people are like, it's junk, and throw it in there. We're going through the exchange, and it's going for 2 million, 5 million. So that all goes into the prize banks, and when we start to distribute stuff, people can keep it or sell it or do what they want to, but at least everything's worth something then. And then we have a clean bank, and we start the year all over again.
Oh, my baby, he's so cute.
So how can I not have any phasers? Oh, there we go. I had to be in space. Let's put the integrity-linked phaser there. Do we have anything in the back? We do have some advanced phasers in the back. I'll grab those. Okay. Now I have 2 phasers and a bunch of kinetic-y stuff. And I'm going to send you a party invitation. Here you go. I see Cliff is in game, but not here. So I wonder if he's going to join us. But you said you had Tholians to do? You want to go off to Archer and do some Tholians?
I'm parked right outside of
Oh,
Archer.
well, give me a moment. I'll get over there because I'm all the way over at ESD. No, in progress. Since we went to the movies yesterday, I did not go to the gym. There it is. And it's so windy right now that I'm like, nope. Super windy day. It's like 18 degrees, so all the rain that we had last night is now frozen. I think I might just stay in the house for a couple hours. I don't have to do anything today. Let's see, what are they talking about? Wind advisories. Winds with gusts up to 50 miles an hour. That is crazy. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Driving is not encouraged. Thank you. I figured that one out. So it's my guess that it's going to be a very quiet couple of days here because a lot of businesses are not going to be open for Monday, Tuesday, because Wednesday most companies aren't open for New Year's Eve, or if they are, it's just briefly. And then Thursday's a holiday. So 2 of my former companies would just basically shut down when Christmas fell in the middle of the week, and we'd have a 2-week paid holiday. My son's company was open yesterday, but he had somebody come in, so he now has a 5-day weekend, because they don't go back until the new year. I see you up there, Chris. I will be there momentarily.
No worries.
I'm just 11 light years away. I should be there, let's see, in 33 years at this point. They did have an ad for Project Hail Mary, which is coming out sometime this year.
What's that?
It is a science fiction movie based on the novel. I'm going to go into Archer. Based on a book by the same guy who wrote The Martian. And the premise is that something is going wrong with the sun and all life on Earth will become extinct in a relatively short period of time. So they send people up into space, but in like cryo sleep. And the main character wakes up after the cryo sleep and has absolutely no idea who he is or why he's up there. And everybody else is dead.
Adult trope?
Well, the trope is, I have to go in and fix everything. The trope is I have no idea what's going on, or who I am, or why I'm here. Hey, what the hell? How are you doing? I'm going to turn down this game sound, though. That's a lot of game sound. So that's part number 1, is he has to figure out who he is, why he's up there, and then what the heck to do. And part 2 is he meets an alien who's on a similar mission.
Wait, that was the trailer for that.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, came out not too long ago for the trailer.
Yeah.
It's with Ryan Gosling, I think.
Oh, yeah. I wish Ryan Gosling didn't do facial surgeries.
Did he do facial surgery?
Oh, awful ones.
Oh, he shouldn't do that. It's not good for you, especially as you get older. Ew.
I don't understand why recently men have a problem with getting older. Most of the high-profile men in, like, I don't know, in Hollywood tend to age well.
Well, yeah.
There's a bunch of them that just, oh my god, I can't go old, and like, what's that name?
So Anaconda had Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn, and Thandie Newton.
Paul Rudd is a good idea.
Yeah.
Idea how you can age gracefully.
Well, that was what I was just going to say. Here we have a movie led by actors and actresses who are not 20 and beautiful. And it was great. The movie was great.
I remember Paul Rudd. He's so cute and young and friends in the 90s, and then he came back to the mainstream through Ant-Man, and I'm like, wow, he aged so well. Like he looks more mature, but still looks so good. And like, wow.
I assume you have your ships, by the way. Good
Yeah.
morning, Lexers. So how are you doing? What's the hell?
Bradley Cooper.
No.
Is it?
Okay, I probably...
Some new work apparently, because apparently not many people over here have a fair enough grasp on the English language.
Oh, okay.
So I will be translating some.
Ah, I actually am surprised because every time I travel, people speak English as well, if not better than I do.
Your English proficiency is great.
Well, I would hope mine is good, but, a good school will teach you how to speak it very well, or good experience, or good self-teaching.
Yeah, for me, it was self-teaching, or watching cartoons, and then video games, and
Huh?
then working with
Yeah,
people
that-
with.
That was my start
Only
in
in
video
English.
games.
Yeah, I just had an untranslated Cartoon Network. It was on the cable. It didn't have any local subtitles or like dubbing, so it was just like I was watching it because it was colorful and I was young, and it was
Yeah.
I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe. I just sucked it up as like a sponge and started understanding what they were saying at some point. It's kind of fascinating, like as a child, even though you have like no means of like translating words, you start to suddenly understand them.
Mm-hmm.
It is remarkable. It's like you spend enough time in a country without knowing the language, you will pick it up eventually.
Oh, yes, yes.
Although there are some infamous people in my country that go to UK and they return after 8 or 10 years and they have learned nothing.
Well, that's not unique to your country or any other country. It's just some people refuse to learn. Let's see. Lexer says, I filled the R&D bows for both Litas and KSG as I needed it. Okay. Yes, that is the way life goes. We fill things as we need them.
Back in the days of the Sega Master System, we didn't have localized anything. Games or games manuals or something. There was a localized manual, but without all the print pictures. There was basically next to the manual lay another stack of papers where it was translated into German, but without any of the pictures, and then you have to kind of sort of puzzle out where what belongs. That is the description of the bee thing or whatever that is being described there.
Well, for self-teaching, sometimes using children's stuff is easier because it's not dumbed down, but it's more basic, so it makes more sense. Oh, yeah, that's red and that is ball, as opposed to adult things or more mature things where you get a number of adjectives. Random Noob says, good morning. We just had 24-hour snowfall with 9.6 inches of snow in 24 hours. Oh, you know what? That probably explains why I'm not shooting anybody. I'm using my winter guns. That doesn't work well.
I don't think they will work outside of Wonderland.
Nope, they don't. That works, though. I was trying to figure out why nothing was dying. Well, Random Noob, we had, as I was just saying, maybe a dusting of snow. We're supposed to get an inch or so. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, that's what I had last night. Dusting of snow. But you know what it did?
Missed.
It covered all of the ice that we still have on the side, and it made them slippery again.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Gosh darn it, no one asked for this.
Last year, I was... shortly after it had moved out, we had ice. Then it kind of got cleaned up, and then we had a snowstorm, so it kind of didn't get cleaned up. And I was on my way back from walking the dogs, and I'm trying to be super careful to only walk on places that look safe. It wasn't.
Yeah.
The dogs pulled, I went down, my earbuds popped out of my ears.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to go look for him. I got all the way home and like, I'm going to go back and look for him. So you have to do that little teeny tiny mincy step, like, to make sure you don't fall. And I'm in the snow looking for my white earbuds. Weirdly enough, I found them. I'm very surprised, but I did find them. I'm going to switch tunes real quick, so hang on. I'm just going to be right back. So, Lexer says, in response to Random Noob, 9 inches in 24 hours? Here, below 1 foot in 24 hours is not even called a storm. And Random replies, I live in Minnesota. Minnesota gets a fair amount of snow. Let us not play it down. Let's see, I have Vodware on the ground. Ugh. Undine ships, but only 10. And repair hull in space. Ugh.
All the while, I remember some streamer I listen to who lives in Florida who says, "Here now in wintertime, it's nice. I don't have to cut grass all that often. Like once a month is enough."
Philip Bruce Anderson, thank you. Thank you. Yes, my Badgie tree is adorable. I'd show you him live on camera, but then you'd have to see me still in my pajamas live on camera. That's not happening. I was watching TikTok, YouTube, something where a woman from Great Britain goes, "Oh, you Americans, you have no idea what it's like to be here in the winter." And she's talking about how cold it gets. And 90% of the U.S. is going, "What are you complaining about? That's like summer." You know, you need a... We go on that kind of stuff with jackets. Maybe. More often shorts and t-shirts.
Pretty sure you can map the entire spectrum of UK's weather from Orkney to Cardiff in the US. In New England
Oh, yeah.
alone,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, I don't know that it's a spectrum per se. It's kind of, limited. I think she was complaining because it was like, it wasn't freezing, maybe 40 degrees. What would that be, about 5 degrees Fahrenheit? So not bad. I mean, definitely, if you're not used to it, you'd want to put on a coat. But if you're used to it, yeah, it's t-shirt and shorts weather for people like you Minnesotans and you Canadians. Random says, we had a wind chill of 12 below zero over the nighttime hours. I haven't even looked at our wind chill. The winds are at 50 miles an hour. Swear says, everything is covered in ice. Yes, it is. I'm using it as an excuse not to take the dogs out or to go to the gym. Because, not that I need an excuse. I can just say I'm not going to go. Let's see. So the temperature here is 19. Feels like it's 2 below zero. That's nothing. Let's see. Wind chills. Wind chill calculators. All right. For the National Weather Service, it is 20 degrees, and the wind is blowing at 25 miles per hour. Wind chill is officially 2.6. So nothing. You definitely win on the wind chill. In those moments when the wind hits 50 miles an hour, it's still only 2 below. Easy peasy. We can deal with that. Your boss gave you the day off. Sweet. Good morning, Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave, just so you know, I think I claimed your new ship on your account, so you should have that available now. Things to go out and do. Well, this account doesn't have much to do except Undine, and it's only 10 Undine. So what shall we do this morning? Good morning, Pi. Is that Pi a Danish fart, or is that a Norwegian fart, or an English fart?
We need me some hardware on the ground. Well, dreadnoughts. I need to destroy.
Ooh, we can do that. I thought you meant mulch the tires, Mr. Dolph. Yes, we can definitely kick the tires soon. Speaking of kicking tires, we're going to do the New Year's Eve party on Wednesday starting at 8 our time, and we'll run out till a little after midnight my time. That way I can get a good nap in the afternoon, because with the Saturday night thing, by 10 o'clock, I was just so tired. I don't stay up till 10 o'clock because I get up so early because of this. So I'm going to plan out Wednesday so I can stay awake and not be yawning through it. Not that you guys aren't exciting. So, what can I say? I'm an old lady. I go to bed early. Of course, I get up ridiculous hours too. Well, let me send some team invites here. Chris, team invite. What's the whole team invite is sent out? Lexer says I can't make any promises. I'll be back in my family, but depending on the weather, I might leave early. Yeah. I was invited out for a couple of New Year's Eve parties. Nothing fancy. One was a Godzilla party and something else. Cards Against Humanity. And I'm thinking that'd be a lot of fun. Except there's idiots out there. And we had 2 hit and runs this weekend in my neighborhood. Not this neighborhood, but within a mile. Just because people were out drunk driving and being stupid. And you know what? I'm just not doing that. I will stay home with the doggers. We will be safe. And we will be playing Star Trek. So we'll be safe. The Tholians, the Vodwar, all those guys maybe not so much. So you said you needed some dreadnoughts? Did I hear that correctly?
Dreadnoughts, 5 dreadnoughts, and I need to do anti-proton damage.
Well, have you...
50,000, that does it by itself.
Yeah, I presume you have some AP on your ship?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Guys, queued up for Hive Onslaught. Wee-woo! Wee-woos. Okay, yay, wee-woos. My brother's working overtime and doesn't have the kids this week, so he said he'll be going to bed early on the 31st and we'll do something on the 1st instead. Yeah, we used to do a New Year's Day brunch for my family because we're not big drinkers and my parents didn't go out at that point. So we would have this huge, breakfast, lunch thing, and people would come over throughout the day and just nibble food. And one year, this is when I lived in a townhouse, and it had this long hill down onto the retention pond where they, when it rains, that's where the water goes. And it had been frozen for like 2 weeks, so my mom's like, we should go sledding. I don't have a sled. So she goes down my basement, finds an old cardboard box, and we started going down the hill in this old cardboard box because, what the heck, why not? And it was just the stupidest, most fun thing I've done as an adult. Of course, the kids had to do it. The adults had to do it. My mom probably was in her 60s at that point. My dad, of course, was going, can't do that. Translation, he would have done it if nobody was looking. This house, however, does not work for having parties. The kitchen's too small and there's no place to sit and eat. And the dogs would be weirded out anyway. Oh, that's right. That doesn't work on repair hull. Gosh darn it. Does it work on repair hull? Nope. What the heck does repair hull in space?
Hazard amateurs, engineering team.
Okay.
Brace for impact.
Brace for impact, thank you.
Brace for impact repairs hull?
Yeah. Hazard emitters.
Hazard emitters I've got, but... Oh, good. Yeah. There we go. There we go, finally.
Auxiliary battery to structural.
Ooh, I'm up to 25,000. Cardboard disintegrates with contact with snow. Yes. It didn't have to last for very long, Lexers. It just had to last for like an hour while we were having fun, which it did. That's the joy of things like a cardboard box. It's not like I was going to go out and buy sleds on New Year's Day. Let's see. Engineers, Space Skills, Engineering Team, Hazard Emitters, Jem'Hadar, Wingman. Well, I got up to almost 40,000. I guess that means we'll have to do more space stuff. Oh no, the horror.
I don't know how we can cope with that. Not much time to do anything, honestly.
Yes.
Twitch, can you stop decreasing my... I don't understand why it's doing that.
What?
Like, whenever I go into a new stream,
Mm-hmm.
every day, like, I open the browser as a new session, it just sets to a random quality, but it never sets to the highest, which I would prefer to.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always like, oh, let's set it to 360p. I'm like, excuse me, I have fiber wire. Can you not set to the lowest quality, please?
No, absolutely not. We're not going to make
It's
life
alright,
easy for
it's
you.
alright. If you want
And
to, we set it to 480.
Say that again?
If you want, we set it to 480.
I don't want 480, I want 1080p when it's available. It's just
Well, it
setting up
isn't. You may do with 480.
You'll make do with 480 and you'll like it.
I will not like it, I won't make do.
Good morning, Cliff.
None of that.
Cliff, I saw you in earlier. I don't see you now. Let me know if you come back in and I will send you an invite. Well, I have more repair hull in space, so I don't care. As long as you can do some spacey stuff, I'm good.
Well, I got my stuff sorted out.
So the heck with the rest of you. Pff, we're done.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
do
That
stuff.
may be prudent. I don't know how much hull you can repair with me in the team in my jelly.
Oh,
I might
it's how much... Yeah, I just
Or-
have to stay away from where you are so I can incur damage on my own. Because if you're in a jelly, then you just cover your space and I'll just stay outside of it.
Jupiter Raptor sounds like an idea.
Okay.
Could we evenly spread through other points?
Works for me. Cliff is going to come back in on a different tune, so once he's here, I will invite him, and then I'll invite What's the Hell, and we'll go off and do Yippiteratis. If Chris joins us for New Year's Eve, I have a modified random system, if you want to join us, which is I've got all of the TFOs that are spacey set up on a spreadsheet with a randomizer, but that way, and then I can just manually input it. So that way, Chris, if you're here, then we make sure that you don't get stuck with ground stuff. And if you're not here, we'll just play some randoms.
I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do on
Right,
New
well,
Year's. I don't usually sit up late.
I'm just letting you know that if you're there, I am prepared to make your life more comfortable for one night.
That's okay, I do appreciate that. I just don't know if I'd want to just go to sleep like...
Hey, there is nothing wrong with going to sleep, in my opinion. I find that to be...
I've actually cared about New Year's Eve.
I just do it to, be with people and not have to worry about driving a car. And I have a bottle of pretend champagne that the lady insists was good, but I'm very leery because I only drink a little bit of champagne over the course of a year. And last year they were doing, a tasting, here, taste this one, taste that one. And you get like a teaspoon of them, but it was enough to get an idea on the flavors. So I found something that was cheap and quite pleasant. So I'm very tempted to tomorrow go back and buy another bottle of that cheap but quite pleasant. And the one I did buy was unknown. She said it was good. And so far they've been pretty good about stuff. If you tell them what you want, they will point you in a direction. Hi, I need cheap red wine. Well, this one's $20. No. Cheap red wine. This one's $8. Perfect. Would you like to know anything about it? No. There's Cliff. There's an invitation, Cliff. You said Jupiter, right?
These grapes were grown in someone's flower pot. I don't know.
Say that again.
Probably somewhere. These grapes were grown in someone's flower pot. I don't know.
This wine is made from Concord grapes. or worse, Thompson seedless. Thompson seedless are green grapes that are grown because they're easy to harvest. They don't spoil easily, and they're sweet, juicy, thin-skinned, and very easy to just eat. They have no bitterness to them, but they would make terrible wine. We are cued for Jupiter Aratus. So definitely not wine grapes. I grew up in southern Michigan. My grandmother's house was basically on Lake Michigan. Not entirely true, maybe a couple hundred meters away from it. But between where she lived and where the lake was, you had to cross through some dunes, and there were wild grapes. And you probably don't know this, but Michigan has wine grapes growing there, or they try and make wine from the grapes they have. It's not good wine, but it definitely has alcohol involved. So we would pick the grapes, and my grandmother would say, these are awful. And my other grandmother, who did not drink, would say, oh no, we won't make wine, we'll make cordial. Cordial is just very sweet wine. But it didn't count as wine because she was a teetotaler. And so sipping the cordials wasn't the same as having a glass of wine.
What's a teetotaler?
Somebody who doesn't drink.
Oh, so I'm a teetotaler then.
Yeah, if you don't drink, that would be a term for it. My martial arts instructor has never had alcohol. And he has no desire to. And I find this amusing only in that he grew up in Germany. His parents were Christian ministers, so they didn't drink, so he didn't drink. And then he went back to Europe, I think on one tour of duty, and never had beer, wine, alcohol. Doesn't tell you you shouldn't, he's just not going to. I just find it weird. If I'd been to Germany, I'd want to taste German beer. Which I have. Clearly. Lexer says, it's not good, but there's alcohol.
Was it 2008 or something, or 2012, when you allowed microbreweries over there in the US?
Oh, we've had microbreweries for a long time.
Yeah, but officially allowed.
Oh, no, they've been around since the 1930s. Well, actually, probably predates that. They became a thing.
Changed regarding microbreweries, and now you have loads of beer.
Well, so
Some of it German, kinda sorta like beer, I suppose.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
you can drink German-like beer in the US.
Oh, I know.
Quite a lot of it.
But it's much more fun to drink it in Germany. So, homebrew has always been a thing in the States since the States existed, so from the 1600s. It wasn't until the passage of Prohibition in the early 20th century when they decided alcohol was a bad thing that they made it illegal across the board. However, this is where it gets interesting. You could brew your own wine at home in small quantities, and wine used for religious purposes was also okay. So that was fine, but the problem is that people still wanted their alcohol, so things like rum runners and bathtub gin became a thing, and it became so controlled by the mobsters that the government finally realized that prohibiting something sometimes just makes it more profitable for other people. So the government stepped back in, made it legal, but it was still frowned upon, as being socially inappropriate. Why are we not cued anymore? That's weird. I know I cued us. Let's try that again.
Bit of a leftover from Prohibition you have there is that you still have dry counties.
Well, yeah, but they are...
It's weird.
We are re-cued for Jupiter Aratus. Let's see what happens. There are a few. And many of them, or many places they're not dry, but there are strict regulations about when you can purchase alcohol and how you purchase it. So it gets really bizarre. My husband used to work in Oklahoma. So if he wanted to drink, he could go to a bar. He would buy a bottle of whatever it was, and they would keep it for him. He couldn't take it with him, but they would pour his drinks from that bottle. Hi, Sabi. I never quite understood that. Here in Indiana and Illinois, it's pretty much you can buy alcohol at most places up to like 2 in the morning, depending on if they're open that late, and then it's shut down for 8 hours, and then you can't buy it again until 10 in the morning. And that varies from county to county. In a restaurant, if they have it, you can buy it.
Oh.
But getting back to microbreweries, as people discovered that beer is good, commercial beer is not good, people started getting into homebrew. My husband used to brew his own from like the early 1980s into maybe 1990s. He did a lot of homebrew, and it wasn't very good. But about the 1990s, we started to see a lot of restaurants that had breweries attached to them. Yeah, probably about 1990, it started to be a big thing. Yeah, no, that's probably not true. Probably mid-1980s. So there are good restaurants with their own breweries on site. And
We
then,
do have a much larger number of home breweries, or small breweries, microbreweries in the US.
oh yes, we do.
Over here, we are mostly just content with the beer we can buy in the store.
I'd like to point out.
No, we are
one
not
might
queued up.
say
What is going on here? We keep
Can
unqueuing.
get,
Oh, I see what's going on.
so you can get better beer in the US than you can get in Germany, I suppose.
It depends
you
on...
can get a whole lot of shit beer as well.
Yes, you can. In language, please. American beer is good or bad. Let's try that again. I had you still in there. What's the hell on 2 accounts? That's why it wasn't going. I should have looked earlier. But if... Wee-woo.
No, we got a reboot.
Yeah, there we go. So, areas have preferences in beers. Indiana loves IPAs, so if you want to taste a variety of excellent IPAs, this is the place to be. American beer is not sewer swill. Some American beer is sewer swill. The other thing Indiana is good for is craft bourbon. And before you guys talk negative about American beer, I went to the brewery next to the hotel I stay at in Bloomington, and they brew 6 to 8 beers on site, and then they also have regular beer that they bring in. And it's amazingly good beer. Depends on which one you get. I can't remember what I got this last time. It was an IPA, because I do love my IPAs. Cascade hops, so it's going to have that definite grapefruit edge to it. I'm not a big lager fan, though, so, Stouts, yes. IPAs. Darker ones, red ales, those I like. Yeah, I have to buy Pie beer when I come over there since I did something, and I didn't pick up my phone, so I owe him money. So I have to do the next round of good beer when I go to Denmark, which will be next year sometime, it looks like. What was that?
Change, no doubt.
Ah, yes. There we go. Be nice, everybody. I do not have a sense of humor. I was telling Chris earlier that I went to see Anaconda yesterday. It was quite funny. It is not brilliant, but it's really funny. Oh. And then I came home and discovered that somebody had never seen Pacific Rim before and was doing a first-time review of it.
Buddy?
I can't remember his name. I could look it up, I suppose. I'm sure I saved it. But I can't believe it's been 12 years since that movie came out. How can you not have watched it?
I haven't watched
Same
it.
way I haven't.
I haven't watched great many movies from 12 years or
But Pacific
in
Rim
general.
is... Pacific Rim is like Pacific Rim.
Seen nothing. I haven't seen it.
It is a fine movie. It's possibly... No, not possibly. It is my favorite movie of all time. And going back and watching it through a reviewer's eyes the first time through, and it's like, oh, dang, I have to go watch that again. But you start going through people's comments when people review a movie, and the number of people are like, oh yeah, I just love this movie, or this scene is so good you have to watch it for this, or that scene's so good you have to watch it for this. And I'm doing I guess I have to go back and watch it again. Oh no, the horror.
More people tell me to watch something, the more I refuse to do it.
So
I'm just stubborn that way.
we're at the
People
theater.
say, what stranger think is so good? And I'm like, not in my life.
We were at the movies, and my son was making a reference to Home Alone, and I'm like, yeah, no, I've never seen that. Huh? I've never seen that movie. Huh? He goes, well, you've never seen, 3, 4, and 5? I'm like, I've never seen any of them. He did not understand that.
Well, it's really hard.
In the
It's when
first
you-
and the second,
makes
I
you-
believe.
Makes you feel like you've gone out of your way not to see it. Because it's really hard not to see it.
Well, the only place or time I've ever seen that it's on is, at the theaters for Christmas, which they did. And it's okay. Speaking of, they are doing the David Lynch Dune in a week. It's a Sunday morning movie. I thought, okay, that'll be good. And it's followed the next week by Starship Troopers. So 2 of my favorite guilty pleasure sci-fi movies. Wow, I've gotten an additional 1,000 in repairing my hull. I'm not taking a lot of damage here. Let's see. I'm going to live dangerously and remove my shields and my deflectors. Let's see if I can take some damage now. There we go. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. Lexer says I'll be easing off on Stowe as my brother wants my Carcass in Dune Awakening. I can understand that. Dune Awakening was fun. It would be more fun if they hadn't glitched it and Taz lost all of his stuff. Because that meant all my stuff was with Taz's stuff and it's all gone. And, fine. Aren't there 5 Home Alone? Yeah, I believe there are 5 Home Alone. And I get the general premise of the show. I just, haven't bothered watching it. They are under control. Thank you very much. There you go. Yes, Natalia, I have seen Moopsyconda. I'm still under 100,000 in repair hull. That's unimpressive.
Is it Doom?
No. No. I don't need it that
Well,
bad.
Ruins of Doom.
Oh, Ruins of Doom. I can do that later, yes. Days of Doom. No. Days of Doom, sure. I can
Think
do that
about
later.
The other one that I said is the first one. Is that correct?
Yeah. Be happy if I can break 100,000. I took off the shields and I'm still not taking that much damage. This isn't even a particularly good ship. Oh, there we go. Now I've got some damage. Let's do that one. Yay, I broke 100,000. Yay, 2/3 of the way done. Gravity Kills of Doom. There you go. It's Days of Gravity Kills. Speaking of Days of Gravity Kills, I will go see what's coming up. I do believe the universal for today is Infected Conduit. I'm up to 119. Woo! $120. Yeah! How exciting! There it is. 133. Did you get any blizzards yesterday? No. It was 70 degrees yesterday. We had a thunderstorm. We had a big thunderstorm. I don't think the dogs even woke up for it, though, so it was kind of... I was expecting to have to keep them cuddled up and in a nice secure place and reassure them, nope, they're just sleeping. It's pouring, it's crashing around outside, dogs are, I don't care.
She's done here.
Bye, Tilly.
Thank goodness.
Well, I got to 130-some thousand. Sav says we had snow, then freezing rain, which beats the heck out of the other way around, Sav. Gideon Knight's on 5-stream streak. Woo! If you have the freezing rain, then the snow, that's how you break your legs and arms.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky I didn't...
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yep. So when I'm walking the dogs in this stuff, which they're not going to get a walk today, it's kind of this little shuffle step, shuffle, 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 shuffle. So you don't fall. And I still slip. Because, of course, the dogs are going to pull.
Honestly, like the first, second day of Christmas, it was like that from the morning, and I'm like, wow, everyone's walking on the grass and walks like a penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
That is when you walk
what
right
else are you
next
gonna
to
do?
the sidewalk.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they push in the snow, and you walk right through that snow. Where snow is thickest, where you won't slip.
Same thing for racing on Winter Wonderland. Always race in the snow. Stay on the sides. Slip less. When I was younger, just married, and we had our first black lab, we had the snow followed by the freezing rain, and I thought I'd take her to the forest preserves because they have a lot of trails there, and people had been skiing. What do you call it? Ground skiing. There's a name for it, which I don't remember. Anyway, so there were these two ruts nicely tamped in that were compacted and had good traction, but they're also slightly wider than my feet. So I'm doing the shuffle, shuffle, shuffle thing with my feet about 15, 16 inches apart. And my dog's having a great run. Cross-country skiing, thank you. That's what it is, cross-country. And I took my dog out on her usual 2-mile trot. I get back to the car, we get in the car, no problems. The next day, my legs are killing me. I can't move my legs. My quads were exhausted. My glutes were horrible. So, maybe a little bit, but I didn't feel it then. I was young and stupid, so, Didn't feel anything. But my dog's fine. She's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Let's do it again. No. Then about a month later, as everything's thawing and the marshes are filling up, something smelled bad, and she went jumping into the marsh. It's 30-some degrees out. It had frozen, thawed, so it smelled like old rotting leaves. And she gets out. I'm like, oh, my God, we have to drive home 30 miles with this. I had to drive with the windows open. Bitterly cold. Car stinking. Dog stinking. Ugh. Not a good day. So let's...
Seeing some accessory you can buy for your car is a doggy shower.
Oh, that is brilliant. I need a dog
It
shower.
would be, but in the winter, absolutely useless.
Details. Yes, it is Infected Conduit today. New Year's Eve is complete an Academy lore mission. And then starting off the new year in Friday we have Gateway to Grethor. So, we'll skip our Infected till this evening's show. I'm going to leave it there for the day, everybody, since we've got... Oh, I'll wait for the ad to finish in 22 seconds here, and then we'll close it up. Game Plan is providing... Yes, instead on downhill, you ski on trails, propelling yourself forward with poles and skis. Yes, exactly, Sav. Yep, that's it. Where I grew up is pretty flat. There were a few hills, but very few. So I am planning to be back this evening in about 10 hours. We'll do our usual 5 to 8 p.m. my time. Y'all are welcome to join me. If Chris is there, we will play spacey stuff. If Chris is not there, we'll play ground and spacey stuff.
No worries.
Hey, we love having you. We try to accommodate people's preferences and enjoyments. Anyway, everyone, have a wonderful day, and we will see you a little bit later. As we like to say around here, stay moopsy. Moopsy.
Who are you? We are the
Sorry, Moopsy.
Moopsy.